Love of God is the very powerful energy, but lust, greed, motherly affection, which is very good, I admit, motherly affection is very good. It is not as strong. It is not as fulfilling, and therefore it is sometimes not able to overcome misunderstandings. Like the mother may love the child, but we know when children grow up, they give so much pain to the mother and the father out of ignorance, and the love, there's some misunderstanding can happen and so on. Only the original powerful stream of love of Godhead is powerful enough to get rid of all these bad things which happen on the journey of love. Krishna speaks about this point, that misplaced love in comparison to real love. He says, Vitaraga bhaya krodha mang maya mang upashrita bahavo jnana tapasa Putamadbhavamagata. He said, what you must become free from if you want to experience the original current. And as you study these things you must become free from, it's divided love, it's overflowing love. It's not the real thing, it's the shadow reflection of love. He says, become free from attachment, this greed, huh? Become free from fear. Become free from anger. And become absorbed in me. Take shelter in me alone. In this way, many, many persons in the past have become purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. My dear devotees, I want, in closing this lecture, encourage you to experience the strong river of love, to bring it out from your heart, to free it from the dam under which it hides, and to let it flow very, very freely. And I will leave you with 3 points how you can do this. My first point is, to free your love, you have to develop love. You have to develop love to people you can see before you can love. Or let me say, phrase it like this: love what you can see before trying to love what you can not yet see fully. Or to translate it into very simple English, love the devotees of God with whom you interact, whom you can see, before trying to develop pure love to Gopinath, to Krishna. Huh? Krishna says that freeing our love has to happen like this. He says, one who says he's directly my devotee is not my devotee, but one who says he's the devotee of my devotee, he is indeed my devotee. So I really request all of you to daily do something where you can express your love towards the devotee, and don't run away when they express their love for you. Giving you prasadam, inviting you to a function, like a counselor meeting maybe, or a Sunday program, or I hear tomorrow and the day after tomorrow there is drama, there are theaters, drama. You know. Allow yourself, don't be so timid. Timid means fearful. To go into a loving exchange of devotees. I must admit to you, I'm from North Germany. Almost it's the land of ice and snow. And I have learned very much from Radhanath Maharaj and your community, this flow of love. It's surprising for me. I can't believe, for instance, how the devotees treat not just me, but everyone in the hospital. It's so loving, so caring, and you feel. Is it real, or is it? Am I in the wrong movie? So, and after some time, you understand it's real. It's not an illusory thing. They really feel like that. It's not a movie. So, this is my first recommendation. Participate in the circle of love. Become a papaya giver and a papaya receiver, if you want to remember the story. Give every day your papaya. Don't worry, you will get many papayas. My second thing is make your contact with Krishna every day. Life in this world, Prabhupada said, is almost like living in a hurricane. You know, when you see a hurricane, things are constantly changing. A desk comes flying at you, and then the next thing, a displaced window, and a crutch, and then a pizza comes flying at you. So as we go through life, very often there are surprising events which are hurled at us, like diseases, disappointments, and so on, and unexpected things, surprises. Learn during this time to make shelter, to take shelter in Krishna. Connect with Krishna. Take every day in the hurricane of life shelter in Krishna by hearing some news about Krishna from the sacred scriptures or from the mouths of devotees. Do you know what happens in a hurricane when you find the center of the hurricane? This eye of the cyclone, it's called. Then there's perfect peace. It's all the hurricane. It's all temporary. It comes and goes. Make contact with Krishna and you will be in peace in the hurricane of life. Learn every day to make contact with Krishna. I mean, many lectures have been given about this here in this temple, but you can learn it. It's a science how to make this higher contact. If you are a newcomer in this temple, there are beautiful lectures which are really systematically explaining to you how you can experience divine contact in your life. It's wonderful. But here, just for you, I would say, don't be satisfied if you see how your mind is like a hurricane, and Mumbai is like a hurricane. I think you will readily agree. Even a ride through Mumbai on a car is like a major adventure movie. You know, it's like an expedition to South America in the jungle. You know, it feels so scary when the three-wheelers come at you, and in the last moment you think they drive over you. They go yeep, 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 and whew. It's a hurricane of life, and I can imagine how passionate the town is and how it takes its toll. Some of you have to drive in the Mumbai trains and buses, which are a minor version of the hellish planets. So Yes, we can talk honestly here. A Westerner like me would most probably not survive a train ride. He wouldn't know how to hang on the 10th person who is hanging out of the window and how to do such acrobatic masterpieces. Life here is tempting. Life is passionate. Life is a hurricane. If you don't learn how to go in the center of the hurricane, that means make contact with Krishna, from which everything comes, you will be washed away by the hurricane called Mumbai. And your consciousness will be washed away. You will be inattentive, disturbed, easily angered, easily put out of your balance, easily crying tears, easily laughing at the wrong moment. The life here is so taxing. You need to learn to go into your center and meet Krishna by either learning how to chant properly, learning how to read in the scriptures, and so on. So these two advices I leave you with. I don't want to speak too complicated. Learn to enter the community of care, or the circle of love, or to express your love and receive love. And also learn to let this divine flow of love, which is damped for so long in your heart, learn that it comes out. My dear devotees, my dear friends and my dear skeptics, let's go back to that idyllic scene in the forest which the Upanishads describe. What are the two most essential human needs, which when they are fulfilled, make the human being complete? It's a good question, says Yajnavalkya. And after coming out of his realized trance, he says, to love and to be loved are the most important human needs. Everything else happens when this is taken care. We in Bhakti know that the strongest experience of love is when you can make your original relationship with Krishna, with God, when you can become a lover of God, totally immersed in God. And we have many examples in the Shastras of wealthy people who, for the love of God, have forsaken everything. Like Raghunath Goswami. We have an example like Haridas Thakur, who was in the hurricane of life beaten mercilessly with whips which were meant to kill him. And he took shelter in Krishna, chanting his holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, you chant so beautifully. It's a really lot of swirled sound which you produce. Thank you. It was a good experience to sit here and hear you. He was, people were murdering him, and he just connected with the Lord and felt transcendental bliss. Later, he had a direct darshan of the Lord, and the Lord said, Haridas, do you remember when you were beaten? Haridas said, yes, my Lord. Haridas, I wanted to come and take these murderers away from you, but you prayed for them. I couldn't do anything. So do you know what I did? And then the Lord turned around and showed Haridas for a moment this beautiful bag, and there were bleeding whip traces, or the traces which killer whips had left on the body, and they were on the beautiful body of the Lord. I took the assault, the attacks, the whiplashes upon me. Then they disappeared again. Someone who is in a communion with God, who has made contact in love, where there is a loving relationship, he doesn't even need protection from outside things. The Lord protects him. He may send his devotees, make an arrangement through his dear confidential devotees, or he directly may arrange something for you. My dear devotees, please take this serious. Make a loving relationship with the devotees and with Krishna. You will receive all your love you need, all the protection you need in your life, and will be a fulfilled person. Don't be afraid that if I give my love, what will happen? It will be like giving my dollars away, or my American, or my rupees, and then I have no rupees. No. The moment you enter into the circle of love, you will be nourished and supplied. The Shastras tell us, if you water the root of the tree of God, all the leaves and branches will prosper. There will be leaves and fruits will come automatically. If you give your love to Krishna, the fruits of a fulfilled spiritual life will come automatically. But note, you have to give your love through the devotees, or in the company of devotees. Then it's acceptable. I want to thank you very much. This was not a very systematic presentation. I was overwhelmed whenever I'm with Radhanath Maharaj. I'm just very moved that he is so kind to me. It was really very moving and very fulfilling. And then when I sit with Chandamoli Maharaj, who is also very dear associates, I meet him often in Croatia. That's somewhere near the ocean. Simple geography. The Atlantic Ocean. Somewhere, not so close as Spain, but I think Mediterranean Sea won't say much to you, but Adria and all. Yeah, when I'm sitting with the devotees like this, and when I see all of you, I'm very, very happy just to be part of such a loving family. And I did hope I could inspire you. If you forget everything from this lecture, please don't forget the papaya. It is the summary of what I have said. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sisi Gonitai ki, Sisi Radha Gopinath ki, Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
This papaya is very ripe. Feels like you've used it for the last 10 lectures.
No, the story is actually with a mango, and I said to someone, please get me a mango. I desperately need a mango. So I could not tell them for what I need the mango, because then the surprise of the surprise effect wouldn't be there. So they all looked at me with blank stares, why does Maharaj need a mango? Is he a sense enjoyer? And then finally I could find someone who said, we can't get a mango, but we get a papaya. So it's the first time. But in Russia, I told it I used an apple. Because there are no only apples. But you can also use bananas, no problem. Because the story is neither about mangoes, papayas, apples, or bananas. It's about giving love and receiving love. Yeah.
If it's overripe, remember that it's the love that you should enjoy. Right? In your hands, it must have ripened increasingly. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much. Chandramali Maharaj, would you like?
The unfortunate thing is I have to speak after Satchidananda Maharaj. But the fortunate thing I just heard is I can only go 10 minutes. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaudavani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pastyatya Desatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. I really want to thank Satchidananda Maharaj from the bottom of my heart for such an inspiring and so deeply realized expression of the essence of our practice of devotional service. And I could say that since I've been here for maybe 3 days now, I arrived on late Wednesday, and that has been the mood and the theme of both the devotees and the first day I was here, I was with Radhanath Maharaj, and we went to see Adi Keshava Prabhu's mother, who, as Maharaj expressed today, is in the very last stages of her life on this world. And how being swept into that mood of concern for the devotees, as soon as I arrived, it was both surprising for me for such a quick change of coming from just traveling and just preaching in different places and being pulled into that mood of concern for and love for the devotees. And of course, right after that, we went to see His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, who we all know is struggling to stay with us, and the devotees around the world are praying to Krishna and performing various types of pujas, yajnas, and personal prayers and various ways of expressing their love and concern for Maharaj. So being right after we went to see Jayapataka Maharaj, and again that Maharaj's concern for Jayapataka Maharaj, I was there on that, and again that love, that desire to show our concern and love for a very dear and very exalted godbrother. And then right after that, we went to a program, and it was the anniversary disappearance of one of our dear devotees, Raghunath Prabhu. His mother had left the world 2 years ago. And Radhanath Maharaj gave a very, very, very deep and very heartfelt lecture speaking about a culture of love and the culture of care and the culture of how devotees really should interact and experience the process of Krishna consciousness. So since I've been here, and of course the lectures, the mood, and the atmosphere here is always, and then hearing Sachinandana Maharaj's lecture about love and concern and care and devotion and how it centers on both Krishna and the society of devotees, and of course that comes out to all living entities. I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed, and at the same time somewhat feeling out of place, because it was more than I had really expected in such a powerful way. Of course, I've been coming here for many years, and as Maharaj said that in the beginning of his introduction, and that's why I come. I come for many reasons, but that's the foremost reason, because this is a place where I can feel that there is deep, loving concern for both the process of devotional service, and that extends itself out in love and care for each other. So in that desire to also experience that, I come here. And I find in any other place in the world, it's not so prominent and so, what we say, dense as it is in Radha Gopinath Mandir. And that's wonderful. And it's very rare. Because really, as Sachinanda Maharaj said in his lecture, it's the essence of life. It is life itself. To experience love and to express that love in various ways towards Krishna. And of course, as we develop our love for Krishna, that love extends itself outward to others. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada was very much emphasizing that in this world there really is no love. As Sachinanda Maharaj showed, love for money, or love for position, or love for, what we say, the bodies of others, is not really love. It's just some perverted reflection of our original love for Krishna, but it's been diverted towards something temporary and something material. So as we develop our love for Krishna, that natural love extends itself out to everyone, because Krishna is the source of everything. But how is love expressed? This is an interesting point. Because love is expressed by service. Without serving the object of your love, or without showing your love through the process of service, really, it's just sentiment or a nice idea, but it really doesn't take root in something practical or something realistic that is the foundation of the living being's existence. It has to come out in service, but not just service. Because we see in this world, people serve each other in different ways. But we can't say that the love that or the service that the employer or the employee has for, his employer, or even within the family, as people obligately serve each other as a sense of duty. But real love actually is service with a desire to please. It's a service with a desire to please. Without desire to please, service can just be another extension of one's, personal ego. That it's maybe good business to do service. But when the desire to please the object that you're trying to serve, then that's actually the beginning or the awakening of love. And how to do that is really taught through the process of bhakti. Because in order to please, you have to know how to please also. Sometimes we see that people want to show their love for others or want to please others, but they don't know how to do it. Prabhupada tells one story how it's actually a real-life story in Prabhupada's own early days and growing up in Calcutta. It was a young boy. He was about 3 years old. He had gotten tuberculosis. No, I'm sorry, typhoid fever. It was typhoid fever. So the doctor, his mother took him to the doctor and the doctor said the boy has to fast because if he eats food, he could die. So the mother was very much eager to follow the doctor's instructions. So she was administering the medicine and starving the child. Now, the boy, 3 years old, didn't understand why he was not being fed. How could a 3-year-old boy understand why I'm not getting food? And so, many times he would cry and ask for food, but his mother knew that if she fed him, then he could die. So Prabhupada is telling this story. He said one day the mother had to go out. Now the mother also had a daughter that was about 11 years old. And she told the daughter that you watch your little brother, but don't feed him. Even if he cries, don't feed him because he could die. So the mother went out to do her errands, and immediately the boy started to cry. Immediately. And then the girl, she just really didn't understand clearly her mother's instructions. And somehow she became overwhelmed by the emotion of her little brother, and she decided to feed him. Thinking that he wants food, he's hungry, so I should give him something. So she did. The mother came back, and the mother realized what had happened. And she became very angry with her daughter and started to chastise her very severely. The daughter started to cry, feeling very hurt because all she wanted to do was please her little brother because he was hungry. Fortunately, the boy didn't die. And Prabhupada explains that this is called misplaced sentiment. She was concerned to give her little child, her little brother, something to eat because he was hungry, but that was detrimental to his overall well-being. So Prabhupada uses this story to explain that service and love means to act within knowledge, to act in knowledge. And that's the process of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes people say, well, we should love each other, we should love God. Of course, we should do that. We should love each other, we should love God. But how to do that in such a way is taught through the process of devotional service. Because not always satisfying another person's desire is the best way to show love for that person. You know, Prabhupada explains that sometimes Krishna, if he wants to favor you, he gives you everything. But if he really wants to favor you, he really wants to show his concern for you, he takes things away. So we may not understand that higher aspect of love, but that is supreme, to actually just, what we say, showing that type of concern for another person's according to their own desire. So real love is based on knowledge and how to serve in such a way that it benefits that person. So that is Krishna consciousness. That's why we follow rules and regulations. Sometimes people say, well, we don't have, why you have to follow so many rules and regulations for? You just have to love, you just have to express your love, you just have to be yourself, you just have to show your concern for others. But without understanding how to do that, without coming to a spiritual platform of activity, it may just be bodily sentiment and not real concern for the individual. Therefore, you have, just like you have within various types of spiritual, you have the sahajas. Now the sahajas say, there's no need for a spiritual master, we just love God, that's all. And they exhibit their so-called love in various external feelings of emotion or ecstasies. But then again, is that actually love? Or is just some sentiment, or it's just some show? And then you have the other side that says you have to do it like this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to follow this rule, you have to follow this regulation, and this is the way you do it, and if you do it like this, then that's the best, and you're advanced, and that shows you're the best practitioner. That's the other side, the smartest. The ones who just, they squash the individual expression of devotion by compacting it in a whole set of rules and regulations that are simply meant to, what we say, fulfill the needs within the organization and how the organization should go on. And it actually may be very beneficial in the sense, but they don't understand the process that simply the rules and regulations that may help one get off the bodily platform is not enough. We also have to understand what is the purpose of the rules and regulations. And just like in our Krishna consciousness, there's two things. It's called niyamagraha, or I can't remember how exactly it's said, niyamagagraha or something. One is to follow rules and regulations without understanding what is the purpose of the rules and regulations, and just following for the sake of following. And as the other side is just rejecting rules and regulations and saying they're not necessary and act whimsically and independently. So both of these are what we say flaws in the process of developing bhakti. Because if you don't know the purpose, and the purpose is to awaken within us the desire to serve the Lord, the desire to love the Lord, and that as that love for the Lord is awakened, that love, it comes out to various aspects of all of the living entities that are connected to the Lord. And then the other side in saying, well, we just have to love and that's all that counts and there's no need for rules and regulations. But then again, that may keep one still in the bodily concept of life. And then that so-called love is simply sentiment, or simply some kind of, expression of one's ego. So that balance of following rules and regulations with a desire to awaken within us the process of bhakti, or devotion to Krishna, is actually the essence of Krishna consciousness. So how to show love means to express our love by very carefully practicing the process as given by Srila Prabhupada and the previous acharyas, and present acharyas, in such a way that our natural loving propensity for the Supreme Lord will become awakened. And that comes by serving with a desire to please the object who we serve. And that is the essence of Krishna consciousness. So I don't have too many realizations on this. I'm speaking theoretically. But I've trying to understand things in relationship that here within Radha Gopinath, I'm seeing that this process, as Srila Prabhupada has given us, is actually seen within the day-to-day life of the ashram, within the day-to-day life of the community, within the day-to-day life of the devotees of Radha Gopinath. And it's very wonderful to see that. And I'm always so happy to come here because I feel protected, I feel cared for, and sometimes it's so much that, as Sachinandana Maharaj says, that there's two aspects to love, to receive love and to give love. But sometimes it's so hard to give love here because you're always getting it. And every time you turn around, there's some devotee or some making some arrangements to see that everything's okay, that you're happy, and you're getting everything you need, and that and anything else that we can possibly think of that to make you feel comfortable and be able to associate with the devotees and to practice Krishna consciousness. So that's so wonderful to be here. And I have to honestly say that it is due to, and as Sachinandana Maharaj said, due to the deep care and love coming from His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, who's taking Srila Prabhupada's teachings and bringing it out in such a powerful and exemplary way. And I've known Maharaj for so many years. And he's always been in that mood of caring for devotees. His natural devotion and love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead has manifested itself in so many aspects of his own service towards developing this community in such a wonderful way. And wherever you go, it's anything that's connected to Radha Gopinath is simply an expression of Maharaj's concern for spreading Krishna consciousness in such a beautiful way, and so it's just a wonderful thing. Many times I just feel embarrassed here because I feel like, what is it? Like a sore thumb. Like when you have a sore thumb, it kind of sticks out. It's amongst everything else, and I feel kind of awkward here because I'm still learning what is here and how to appreciate it and how to reciprocate it. But somehow I'm drawn to this community. And again, I would like to just emphasize that all of you who are coming here, just coming here, please take part in this program of chanting, taking Krishna Prasadam, associating with the devotees, and making your life more and more, what we say, connected to the culture of love. And that's what Krishna consciousness is all about, developing love for Krishna. And as we develop our love for Krishna, as we awaken our love for Krishna, that love naturally comes out towards all living beings. So all I can say is that I'm grateful to be here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.